So we are attending a sold-out event. Cops everywhere, signs saying that it is indeed sold out. Last year it was no different. Every single night was sold out. In fact, I think I bought one of the last 17 tickets. We are in Croton-on-Hudson in New York State, just a few moments outside of Sleepy Hollow, and this is supposed to be one of the biggest haunted, family-friendly attractions in the whole state, if not the Northeast, if not the country. It's called the Great Jack-O-Lantern Blaze. I'm gonna head on over and document this whole experience. Do you want to join? I should mention too that my reservation, there's reservations for this event, is 9 o'clock. And that's not even the last reservation of the night. This thing runs late into the evening, but I think they're waving me along, so let's do this. Try to take a gander of this parking lot. Really kind of hard to get a full illustration of the parking lot, but we're full. I don't know if you can see, but in the far distance we have a jack-o'-lantern gate. People are coming out, I'm going in. Hello, which way am I going?
Straight through.
Thank you very much. The Great Pumpkin Blaze. Now, what should I expect? What if these folks come and visit, what should they expect?
So it's a walking tour of the Van Cortlandt Manor, and we have over 6,000 pumpkins.
6,000.
Yeah, so and they're all lit up in different shapes. We carve them all here on site. We do end up having to carve hundreds of new pumpkins every week for the ones to replace the ones that are rotting. Yeah.
And how long is the whole attraction, the whole experience?
It depends on how long it takes you to walk through it. It took me about a half an hour, but it's up to everyone's own pace.
I see merchandise, plenty and plenty of merchandise. Oh, good God. Caramel covered popcorn, Indian coconut pumpkin curry. We got some beverages on tap. Let's see what we have. What's going on at this booth? It looks like you're selling beverages, more specifically beer.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing on tap?
And that's the Stingy Jack, which is exclusive and limited to only this event. They make it one time a year.
So many concessions, so many goodies, treats, beverages. So check this out. I'm in the park for like 5 minutes, and then I'm introduced to the spokesman of the Blaze. So if you could, Rob, tell me a little bit about the genesis of the Blaze.
Sure.
How many years? How did it start?
So we started in 2005. This is our 13th year. More than 7,000 hand-carved jack-o'-lanterns lit up throughout the landscape. And let me tell you a little bit about how we got into this.
Yeah.
We are in greater Sleepy Hollow country. Washington Irving, the legend of Sleepy Hollow, right? So we've always had Halloween events that are kind of special to this area.
Right.
And, you know, we came up with this idea of doing a jack-o'-lantern display. And we started the first year, we had 2,500 jack-o'-lanterns. Didn't quite know what people would think. We got a really good reception. 18,000 people came that year. Yeah. And it has just blown up and grown ever since. This year we're gonna have over 170,000 people.
That is insane.
Yeah.
No, completely family friendly.
No gore, no guts, just pumpkin guts. Some pumpkin guts.
Some
but other
pumpkin
than
guts.
that,
Let me ask you one question.
Sure.
If there was one fragrance, one scent, one aroma that makes you feel the most nostalgic for Croton-on-Hudson.
Yep.
For the Pumpkin Blaze.
Yes.
For this time of year.
Yeah.
What is that aroma? And it could be a literal thing, or it could be an emotional thing.
Well, we make some excellent pumpkin spice donuts right here on site with an actual donut maker, and you know that smells pretty good to me. So I would go with that.
He's talking to a diabetic. I'm not a diabetic. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm gonna have to get a bag of those.
It's worth the insulin reaction.
You know what?
One,
just for the one night, Rob. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Tell everyone to come visit. Not this year. It's sold out.
Sold out. But check us out, HudsonValley.org. You can learn all about what we do, the great jack-o'-lantern blaze, and everything else we do here in Sleepy Hollow Country. Come join us.
All right, Rob. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, so the time has come. Let's see what this is all about. Majestic gateway, fully illuminated with multicolored spotlights. I don't see any twinkle lights, but this is where it all begins. But you don't want to see my face. What you want to see is what's in front of me. Let me flip the camera over. But literally every square inch is covered with props, pumpkins, ghouls, creatures of the night. This is the Pumpkin Z Bridge. That's right, named after the Tappan Zee Bridge. You guys have to check this one out. I mean, it would take me a decade to film each and every carved pumpkin, and I really thought that these were all going to be foam pumpkins, fake pumpkins. Some are, but apparently most are not. They have to replace these pumpkins through the season because they start to rot, like you would imagine. Imagine trying to replace that entire train. That is a train, a zoo train. It's raining. It's raining bad. Okay. Not only do we have the waves of the sea, but we have the fishies of the sea. And among the fish and the waters is this monstrous, gargantuan dragon of the ocean. Look how large in scale to my head. This thing could eat several of me. All right, folks, the Pumpkin Planetarium. This is supposed to be one of the biggest attractions here at the Pumpkin Blaze. I think it's gained that reputation for good reason. The facade of this house. You know what? This just might happen to be a real house on the property. I think it tells us right here. This simple brick building, once a rural tavern, sits right where travelers of the Albany Post Road could cross the Croton River by ferry. An early roadhouse, our ferry house, was a place to find a meal, a drink, conversation, and a room to rest a weary head. Right there. At least a half an acre of what looks like a completely lit, carved pumpkin patch. Now you might be asking yourself, do I smell fire? Do I smell flames from all of these many thousands of pumpkins on the ground? Well, all of these pumpkins are going to be lit by electricity, but you see my path right here, all going to be illuminated by a candle light. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Rest in peace, Mr. Romero. We're all gonna miss you. And you know how much I adore photo opportunities. And look at this photo opportunity.
It's very hard to understand the scope of what stands before me, but that is easily a 35-foot cobweb.
Let's say it all together. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Mel Gibson, Braveheart. Right before us, we have standing proudly Lady Liberty, holding her torch, I don't know, maybe 40 feet in the air, right in front of the night sky.
You know, it's really, really impressive. I mean, at this point, you think it would really be starting to wind down, but the scale of everything keeps getting bigger and bigger. Doomsday clock. I want that. I want it. I don't want it to rot. I would like to preserve it, but I want that clock. So much to see, really so little time, but I think that is going to be the end of my evening. And one thing you certainly cannot deny, that is one very long attraction. So all the way in the distance, we have the Pumpkin Blaze. I want to give a huge shout out to Rob, the spokesman of this attraction. I want to give a huge shout out to the folks who put on this show and have been doing it passionately for all of these years. Definitely, this has been a highlight of my Halloween autumn season. I really do hope if you ever get a chance to spend time in this area that you come and pay a visit, but remember, they sell out. So make sure you get your tickets in advance. And if I do not get a chance to see you folks before Halloween, have a happy but safe Halloween. Safety is always the priority, but make sure it's filled with good old-fashioned spooky fun. I'll be seeing you folks soon, but until then, be good. Good night. Oh, pumpkins for sale. $5. That's a steal. Well, the parking lot looks quite a bit different than when I first got here. Completely empty. I might just be the last person exiting this attraction. I hope I wasn't like keeping them open. I bet you I was. I bet you they're all talking about the crazy guy with the camera, with the hair, making them do a little overtime.